Welcome to Intuitive Seek. My name is Mary Train, and as an intuitive guide, energy healer, and meditation teacher, I aim to bring you a grounded approach to all things energy and intuition. Everything I share is with the hope to help you remember how your unique power of intuition is your own greatest teacher. Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to your intuitive week, your energy update for the week of November 17th. We are halfway through the month, and with everything that I received in the meditation for this week ahead, it does feel like this week is quite transformative, or could be. But before I share about the week ahead, I wanted to just check in. I know that we cannot speak directly to each other, but how are you doing? How has the month been feeling so far? Check into your energy in your body right now. Do you feel grounded? Do you feel like your energy is up, or maybe a little all over the place? Because of the depth of this week ahead, the opportunity for depth, one of the things that we can really do to kind of anchor ourselves and allow ourselves to receive all of the things that are available this week, the realizations, the empowerment, the awareness, the healing. It's really a key point to check in, to put a practice in of how you are caring for your energy, how you are centering yourself and feeling grounded and listening to yourself too, because we don't want to sleepwalk through this week or through the rest of the year. And this is just a loving, friendly reminder to do that, to make sure that you are putting in something in your days, the smallest amount of time, to pay attention to where your energy is and how it feels and what you need. There will never be a good time to do that. Whenever you think of it, that is the best time, in my experience. But I did want to share that also this theme for the month for November, if you had listened already, if you haven't, go back and listen because it's the overall theme for the month. But the word was unlocked, unlocking, right? All of those different variations of it. There's so many ways that I have experienced that already. I had a big kind of creative breakthrough for myself. I also had an incredible 3-day training with Haley from Stay and Vibe, and it was a refresh on my Reiki level 3 mastership, but it was a new evolution of Reiki that came out in 2014 called Holy Fire. And it really has brought this recharge and refocus on how I bring and channel or be the facilitator, whatever we like to say, of this deeply powerful universal energy. And all of my training before was in person, and this one I wanted to take because it was virtual. And all of my work now is 100% virtual, and it just kind of unfolded that way. It was just such a beautiful remembering for me on what I do, why I love to do it and bring it to you, and the one-on-one work I do with my clients and the group healing. And yes, it was a bit of a homecoming and very empowering. So yeah, it was just a really great experience for this month, and talk about unlocking. It unlocked so much that I'm still kind of digesting. And one last thing I did want to share, if you are moving through a lot and feel like, oh, I could really use some support, I have 2 spaces open for my healing journey called The Key. This is a 4-month journey, one-on-one intuitive and energetic support. And these 2 spaces are open to begin at the beginning to mid-December. And this could be the perfect time to receive my intuitive and energetic support to end your year with renewed clarity and really open to expanding into your purpose for the first few months of 2026. And this journey is often called by many people that have worked with me through it life-changing. So I don't take that lightly. It is a life-changing soul work process with practical and really grounded results. And talk about unlocking. I mean, I call it the key because when this kind of journey came to me, it was so clear that through the intuitive and energetic healing sessions, we were moving through everything that was in the way of you remembering that you hold the key to everything, to absolutely everything that you are searching for. It's in there. So if you're curious or feel that pull within of what could really happen if I have focused, intuitive, and energetic healing support for 4 months, imagine what you could do. Imagine what that support could help you finally create. And you can go to the show notes, and there's a link there where you can learn more about the key and what it entails and how to connect with me to see if we would be a good fit. All right, your week, your intuitive week, your energy update for the week of November 17th. And with these energy updates, I go into a really nice deep meditation with the intention to receive insight, guidance, clarity, anything that will help us move through the week with more intention and a clear view. And everything that I share, use it also as a way to build your intuitive muscle within, to build your trust in your intuition. If it resonates with you, if it feels like exactly what you needed to hear, then it is for you. If it doesn't, trust that. Trust what resonates and leave the rest. But I will share what came through in the meditation, and then I will share the animal that came through that can help to inspire us. And then I will share the animal that came through to help inspire us even more. And then I will share some writing prompts, journal prompts, soul questions that will help you dive even deeper into what you need to know this week and what you need to remember. All right. So when I first opened the meditation, we were walking on a dark path, and the person in my meditation, it represents us. So you and me, this is for all of us. And we're walking down the path, and it is dark. The night sky is there, but it's not that bright. There's just a sliver of the crescent moon. And we're not focused though on the sky. We are looking down, focused on the path. So we are walking in the night on this dark path, but there are 3 pools of water, but more puddles, kind of puddles of water around the path. And in the meditation, we are kind of moving to each puddle and tapping each puddle with our foot, and it's making a ripple, and we're looking deep within. We're looking into the depth of this water that is around our path. It feels like we're looking for something. But because we are using our feet, it also feels like we're wanting to step into, kind of stepping into the depth of what this water represents. And it did feel like the water was representing our emotional landscape, the depth of our emotions, the depth of our feelings, the depth of what we're holding emotionally within us. And it did feel like a recognition of what we have been feeling, what we have been through, that these experiences have helped us to create the road that we're traveling on, but they need attention. And as I was connecting in the meditation, it felt like the message was by kind of tapping on these pools, these puddles of emotional depth, by looking into them, by them being so close and marking our path. The message felt like this week, we have to pay attention to any experience deep inside of us that may be leading us from below, that the undercurrent is dictating what we do or say or choose. That this week we can maybe bring those experiences up, that they're there for us to witness, waiting to be acknowledged, to know that they don't have to be so present on our path, that they are so present right now for some of us because there's something in them that needs to be remembered and acknowledged. And it feels like this is because for the next kind of part of our journey, the next part of our path, we need to feel more grounded in our trust through the uncertainty and the expanse of time that is coming. That this depth of kind of puddling emotion that we're holding is going to make it more difficult to open up to what is wanting to come and what we are being invited into. So, what emotional puddles, we'll call them, are living around you? And by temporarily stepping into paying attention to these emotional depths, these little puddles, you could find the thing that is keeping you from feeling fully empowered. You could find the thing that you didn't even know was trying to protect you from fully realizing everything that you are envisioning for your future. That there is something there for you to acknowledge and see, not to make sense of or explain, but to feel and to also know where it goes. That feeling that needs to be witnessed or acknowledged, it's not meant to be brought with you into the future. It needs to move. It needs to be felt. What is a puddle? A puddle is a place where water has been caught and it's a stagnant little pool. And so that does feel like what the symbolism is, that there is some stagnant energy emotionally that we are carrying that we haven't fully allowed ourselves to feel yet. And it does feel, because of the depth of it, that it could be one of those feelings within that we have more resistance to feeling. For some of us, it's anger. For others, it's sadness. But trust what it feels like for you. And even if you can't name it, that's okay. This is an intuitive, energetic exercise. The point is to witness and feel. And then after the whole meditation, I looked up kind of this week ahead astrologically, and I remembered, oh, that's right. We have a new moon this week. And the new moon is in an astrological sign that really supports everything that came through at the beginning of the meditation. So it wasn't a surprise when I saw the new moon this week. But before I share a bit about the new moon, let me continue with what came through for the meditation for this week ahead. So then after the path, after the puddles, after all of that insight, we kept moving, we kept walking, because ahead on the path was something green, kind of sticking out of the dirt on the path. And there wasn't a lot of light. Like, it was a very beautiful, vivid scene in the meditation, but there wasn't a lot of light. Like, there wasn't a big moonlight, wasn't big star light, but there was a little bit. It was a small sliver of the crescent moon. And in the meditation, looking down at this kind of something green sticking out of the dirt on the path, it was a 4-leaf clover, buried, very lightly, but buried in the path. And in the meditation, we dig it up and we hold it in our hands. And this felt like such a deep message, not only about what our heart is yearning for because of the deep green representing our heart chakra, our heart center, but also the message of what a 4-leaf clover symbolizes. Luck. That luck is waiting for us to find it, that we are prepared for it, that the good fortune in our path may not be obvious at first. It may be something that we have to pay attention and look for. So this week, look for the good fortune. Ask to be shown where to look, where it is waiting. And I just wanted to share a bit more about the 4-leaf clover spiritual symbolism, because to many, spiritually, the 4 leaves symbolize something different. They symbolize luck, faith, love, and hope. But there's also a cross-cultural meaning that is tied to its ancient reputation for providing protection against negative energy and anything that is trying to deter you from your path, from your highest good. So this to me means that we are in such a beautiful space this week to delve deep, to feel the old feelings, to release what is not for us in the present, and especially not for the future, and to keep our eyes open to look for the good fortune and the luck and the hope and the love. And because of that green reminding me so deeply of the heart, it may be your heart guiding you to where this luck can be found, where this good fortune is waiting. So pay attention to that this week. And before we get into the animal that came through in the meditation, I wanted to touch on a bit about this new moon that I was speaking to. That's mid to the end of the week, depending what time zone you're in. And this new moon is a new cycle, a new beginning. We can be inspired by that, inspired that there is space for new this week. We have a chance to kind of come from a deeper, more honest place, to really connect in such a new way to what we are authentically, to our authentic energy, authentic selves. And listen, is authenticity, authentic, maybe an overused word, used a lot in marketing now, a lot in different spaces? But try your best to not let the overuse of this idea of authenticity or the word to cloud the energy, because this week could open you up to what you have been missing about who you are authentically. Because the new moon this week is supporting, the astrology of it is very supportive of that. It's in Scorpio, and the word for that energy is transformation, for sure. This week could be deeply, deeply transformative. And I wanted to share a little bit about the overall theme of the new moon. And this is from astrosofa.com. I do love how they put together the themes. So the new moon this week in Scorpio, the sign of depth, intensity, transformation. Scorpio, ruled by Pluto and Mars in classical astrology, it symbolizes the cycles of death and rebirth, of shadow work, profound renewal. This lunar event encourages us to dive beneath the surface, shedding what is no longer authentic. I love this because I read it after I wrote down all the details from my meditation. So always great when everything kind of connects this way. But again, this lunar event encourages shedding what is no longer authentic and planting the seeds of a more empowered and soulful future. So, a great excerpt that really aligns beautifully with everything that I've shared so far. So, yes, use this week, use this energy to support you in profound renewal, in rebirth, in releasing what is no longer authentic, and really setting intentions, planting the seeds for a more authentic, empowered future. And it does feel like this week is also just such a time to honor your unique experiences. What is unique to you? That can kind of be the foundation of our authenticity. And not in the idea of unique experiences of our pain and our wound that have turned into my gift, but more of I can see myself more fully, authentically, and I feel empowered because of it, because of how I was able to endure and still be myself and still trust and love in spite of the pain. Because you are the gift. The pain was not the gift. Maybe the pain reminded you afterwards of what a gift you are. Because honoring your authentic self, honoring your experiences, your unique energy, your unique self, your unique perspective, your unique heart and mind and soul, this will help you share who you are from a truer place and will help you create more real and grounded connections with others and with the community. But it will also help you not take things so seriously, to know that life is about cycles and deaths and rebirths, pain and joy, love and sadness. We can hold it all because it's not a static experience. We are constantly changing. And it feels like this week we might really understand that and maybe even love it. I mean, can the transformation this week be that you realize that you finally believe in yourself, believe in what you desire and dream of, that you all of the sudden maybe understand new ways of doing and being who you are authentically in the world when that has not always been rewarded. But this week, maybe it will feel like that reward is coming deep from within. And then maybe what happens is you experience that reward in a new way because it's coming from within. It begins to be reflected in your outer world. That could be the depth of transformation that could happen this week. So stay open to what is changing, stay open to what is needing to shed and release, stay open to what is not you and what is. This could be a really powerful week. And having said all of that, let me share the animal that's going to inspire us for the week ahead. And I love it because it was not, as usual, what I would have assumed if I was reading and sharing everything that I just spoke about. This would not be the animal, but of course, it fits so beautifully. So the animal for the week ahead that came through in the meditation was the zebra. The zebra, the zebra, which in Latin translates to wild horse, which I love because we're moving into the Sagittarius season on Sunday. So yeah, we have some wild horse adventure energy coming through. But for this week, it's the zebra. And as I share what the energy of the zebra symbolizes and represents, pay attention to the words that I say and where they connect to you in your life, where they bring you to. What does it remind you of? What does it kind of spotlight? Trust the themes are trying to connect with you, trying to support you and inspire you. So the zebra represents the energy of balance, duality, community, releasing inner critic, joy, self-confidence, empowerment, staying grounded, intuition, clarity, harmony between your masculine and feminine energy, and determination. So a very beautifully inspiring animal energy for this week, especially for the new moon too. And I wanted to share a short excerpt from Animal Speak by Ted Andrews. This was very highlighted about the zebra. Zebra energy will help you to take the apparently conflicting parts of your personality and weave them into a pattern which is unique, distinctive, and beautiful. The artist within you can live in harmony with the business person, the spiritual explorer with the secular decision maker, the dreamer with the practical goal setter, neither overpowering the other, each retaining its place of importance and full expression. The zebra will teach you to honor the black and white sides of yourself without compromising yourself into a dull gray. Also teaching you how to seek out others who are like you, finding comfort in company and groups, while maintaining your own unique identity, your pattern of stripes like a fingerprint, unlike any other. This combination of individuality within the community will be a very powerful force in your life. So yes, I love the zebra energy that is inspiring us this week. And what a week ahead. We'll see what happens, but the transformation has already begun. But it does feel like the transformation has already begun. And if you want to dive a bit deeper and help to integrate these insights, let me share these writing prompts, journal prompts that you can write or answer in a voice note to yourself, or just kind of think about and muse on. You can answer all or none, trust what resonates, and leave everything else. Okay, so the first writing prompt, looking back at this year, what luck or good fortune have you been preparing for? Trust what comes. And a second writing prompt or question, make a list, one side authentic, the other side not authentic. And then write at least 5 things on each side. And then a bonus would be looking at the not authentic list. How can you let go of what is not authentic to you? And then looking at the things that you wrote on the authentic side, detail how each of those make you feel more empowered. And how can you shine more from that place? What is a practical way? This could be very helpful this week. And then a third question, how do you stop yourself from feeling joy and why? And then the fourth kind of writing prompt or question is for the energy of the new moon. What intentions can you set? What seeds can you plant for this new moon and commit to tending in practical and energetic and soulful ways for the next month or 6 months? Begin your intention with, I am so grateful to receive or create. And then write in what you desire to experience, to receive, or create. Do not censor yourself. Really allow whatever comes to be what your intentions are. Trust yourself. You are prepared for it. All right, well, what a week. And I cannot wait to kind of discover where we are all landing by next week because of the transformative energy of this specific week. Things are changing. And thank you so much for listening to this episode of Intuitive Seek, to these energy updates. I would love to hear if you resonate with any of the energy that I shared for this week of November 17th. And also, any other thoughts or questions, please do not hesitate to send me a message through my website, treenlight.com, or through my Instagram at treenlight. And if you are curious about connecting with me for the key, you can go to the link or you can just send me a message and we can connect about it. I will leave everything that you need in the show notes. And if you feel called to give a bit of support, hugely appreciated if you subscribe or follow wherever you get your podcasts. And leaving a review is deeply helpful. Thank you again. Be extra kind to yourself, and I will talk to you next week.
Hi, Auntie Mary. I just wanted to say something very, very meaningful. Cat.